Chapter 6. Becoming the best you that you can be. Your atom of carbon is inside your DNA, inside a cell, inside a tiny wiggly worm, about as long as a baby's finger, which feeds on particles from the ocean, wafting in one end and being pushed out of the other. You are now at the start of a famous period of life on Earth, the Cambrian Explosion. This explosion is not like earlier ones, volcanoes or stars exploding. This is an explosion of life. In the next 500 million years, you will become the controller of the planet, an emperor among emperors, the designer and builder of your own destiny, acrobatic, skilled, clever. With your large brain inside your large head, you might eventually allow yourself to be a little big-headed and call yourself Homo sapiens, which is Latin for wise human. Right now, though, you are a worm, a simple gut, not human, certainly not wise. And you are in the middle of an explosion of life, remember. There are other zooids, worms, blobs, and wiggly weirdos trying to get to the food before you. As you floated towards your next meal, how could you be sure you were going to be the feeder and not the food? Hungry drifters floated around in the water with peculiar names: Windy Peaks, Otto the Boundless, Sydney's Surprise, Weird Warty Teeth, Elusive Fantasy, Peculiar Shrimp, and they all evolved clever ways to attack and swallow, dissolve or throttle you. You needed to find some tools and tricks, and fast. You found a way to speed up evolution by joining with other zooids to become an organized gang and combining your DNA. This was easy. You were good at digesting food, so you found that other zooids liked your company because they would get fed if they hung around you. For instance, some of them liked breaking big molecules up into small ones. They could destroy all the poisons that were bad for you, so they became your liver. Others used to feed by sucking water through a filter, then blowing it out again. In exchange for free food from you, this zooid pumped all the fluids around your body and became your heart. Other zooids were especially clever at sifting oxygen from water. You needed lots of oxygen, so they became your gills. Of course, all these zooids had to be linked up to make plans and work together. So some of their cells stretched out and joined up to make a control room. This became the brain. You took on a zooid who was all muscle. Now you had the power and speed to get away from danger. But the real genius, game-changing evolutionary invention was a skeleton. Not only could the muscles hook onto a solid base and do some serious workouts, but all those organs had a place to hang and a cage to protect them. One last thing: teeth. 2 rows of scary-looking bones in your mouth allowed you to cut up your meal before you swallowed and made it easier to digest. Now you were complete. You were a fish. Hello, fish. But what was true for you was also true for all the other fish. They started competing for who could be the most efficient gripper, ripper, and chewer, who could develop the biggest, most frightening front end. The evolution of teeth and jaws was a great weapons race between all the fish in the ocean. Mouths that swallowed food whole, then chewed it up at the back of the throat. Teeth that were continuously replaced on a conveyor belt. Disjointed jaws that swallowed a whole shoal of fish in one gulp. Big teeth, little teeth. Life was cruel, red in tooth and claw. Yours was a fish-eat-fish world. Every now and then you escaped to the shallow waters near the shore. You must have been amazed looking out onto the dry land with forests and flowers and trees and millions of insects and no fish. A vision of heaven spotted from hell. Are you nearly here yet? If only you could get onto the land. Just a little dab of evolution could do it. Possibly.